Assalamu alaikum. Our lesson today is about analyzing a line graph. So, at the end of this video, you should be able to recognize the basic information of analyzing the graph. I want you to prepare a notebook and a pencil and your physics booklet. How can I analyze a graph? Analyzing a line graph. Let us start. We are going to start by listening to a graph analysis. At time t equals 0 seconds, the temperature was 1 degree Celsius. Then this temperature decreases to the minimum to become 0.6 degrees Celsius. When the time increases to become 1.5 seconds, then this temperature increases to its initial value, which is 1 degree Celsius, when the time increases to become 4 seconds. How did the teacher analyze the graph? She used a combination of verb, adverb, adjective, noun, prepositions, numbers, and unit. So, you need to know some vocabulary words. Maximum, when we have increase then decrease, like the mountain, we say maximum. While when we have decrease then increase, we have minimum. This is the maximum point and this is the minimum point. To analyze a graph, you should follow many steps. The first step is to determine the start point, maximum or minimum point, and the end point. Before determining these points, let us distinguish between them. Start point, the point where the graph starts. The maximum or the minimum point, the highest or the lowest point. Maximum is the highest point, minimum is the lowest point. End point, the end where the graph finishes or stops. Now in this graph, graph 1, what is the start point? The start point is A. What is the coordination of point A? What does the term coordination mean? It means the value of point A on x-axis and on y-axis, but in this specific form, A, X, Y. X, it represents the value of point A on x-axis. Y, it represents the value of point A on y-axis. But in this case, as you see, point A is located on the intersection between x-axis and y-axis. So it's very easy to determine its coordination. Always when you have a point located on the intersection of the two axes, its coordination will be 0, 0. So, 0 second, since it's located at point 0 on x-axis. 0 degrees Celsius, since it's located at point 0 on y-axis. 0, 0. And the units will be determined referring to the units of manipulated and responding variable. In our graph, the unit of manipulated variable, which is time, second, so we write 0 second. The unit of responding variable, which is temperature, degrees Celsius, so we write 0 degrees Celsius. Now, do we have maximum or minimum point in this graph? Ask yourself, do we have increase then decrease? No. Do we have in this graph decrease then increase? Also no. So, none. There is no maximum point and there is no minimum point. What is the end point in this graph? C. What is the coordination of point C? To determine the coordination of point C, draw a perpendicular from point C to x-axis. What is the value? The value is 4. The unit is second, so 4 second. Draw another perpendicular to y-axis. What is the obtained value? 1. The unit is degrees Celsius, so the value is 1 degrees Celsius. What is the coordination of point C? 4 second, 1 degree Celsius. 4 second, since it's located at point 4 on x-axis and the unit of time is second. 1 degree Celsius, since it's located at point 1 on y-axis and the unit of temperature is degrees Celsius. The same for graph number 2. What is the start point in this graph? Point A or point B or point C? The start point is A. What is the coordination of point A? As we explained before in graph 1, draw a perpendicular to the x-axis to determine its value on x-axis and another perpendicular to y-axis to determine its value on y-axis. If we draw the perpendicular to the x-axis, the value will be 0.5, and if we draw a perpendicular to the y-axis, the value will be also 0.5. So the coordination will be 0.5 second, 0.5 degrees Celsius. The value 0.5 second represents the value of point A on x-axis, and since the unit of time is second, we write second. 0.5 degrees Celsius represent the value of point A on y-axis, and since the unit of temperature is degrees Celsius, we write degrees Celsius. Now, ask yourself, are there in this graph increase then decrease or decrease then increase? As you see, we have increase then decrease, so we have maximum point. What is the maximum point in this graph? The maximum point is the highest point, so the highest point is point B. What is the coordination of point B? To determine the coordination of point B, also draw a perpendicular to the x-axis. The value will be 1.5. The unit is second. Draw another perpendicular to y-axis. The value is 3. The unit is degrees Celsius. So the coordination of point B, which is the highest point or the maximum point, is 1.5 second, 3 degrees Celsius. What is the end point in this graph? A, B, or C? The end point is C. What is the coordination of point C? Draw a perpendicular from point C to x-axis and a perpendicular from point C to y-axis. If we draw the perpendicular from point C to the x-axis, the value is 2.5, so we write 2.5. The unit of time is second, we write second. If we draw a perpendicular to the y-axis, the value will be 1. The unit is degrees Celsius, so we write 1 degrees Celsius. Graph 5. In this graph, what is the start point? A, B, or C? The start point is A. What is the coordination of point A? In this case, it's very easy to determine the coordination of point A. Why? Since point A is located on the intersection of x-axis and y-axis, so we deduce that its value on both axes is 0. So we write 0 second, 0 degrees Celsius, 0 second since the unit of time is second, 0 degrees Celsius since the unit of temperature is degrees Celsius. Now, do we have a maximum or minimum point in this graph? To determine that, we ask ourselves, do we have increase then decrease in this graph? No. Do we have decrease then increase? Also no. But pay attention that the graph in this case increases, then it remains constant. So we consider that there is a maximum point, which is point B. Increase then remains constant, so this is the maximum point. Point B is the maximum point. What is the coordination of point B? Directly, to determine the coordination of point B, we can draw a perpendicular to the x-axis, another perpendicular to the y-axis. 1.5, 0.8. So 1.5 second, 0.8 degrees Celsius. What is the end point? The end point is C. What is the coordination of point C? Draw a perpendicular to the x-axis. What is the resulting value? 4. What is the unit? Second. Draw a perpendicular to the y-axis. What is the value? 0.8. What is the unit? Degrees Celsius. So the coordination of point C is 4 second, 0.8 degrees Celsius. Now, please, I want you to stop the video and try to solve graph 3, 4, and 6 alone using the same way. Have you finished? Let us correct your answers together. Are your answers correct? Excellent. Thank you for your attention.